are, January 15th, 2017. Dave's on his way back home to New York. Make a long story short, he came down on Friday night for a winter bow hunt. He got a bow right before Christmas, but New York doesn't have a winter bow season, so decided to try and make the trip down here and get it done in Jersey. A few mishaps along the way, along with some illnesses, some traffic issues, camera issues, my fault. But in the end, turned out great. He ended up with 2 deer, a nice buck, and a small doe, and we had a nice dinner. So it was like a great hunting camp. Got the recovered deer, came home, hang them. Jen had dinner all set up, ready to go. Thanks to Jane for the soup and the cookies. Had a glass of celebratory wine, and enjoyed a nice night. Watched a little football afterwards, so couldn't have got any better. So we'll take you through the hunt. Dave hunted all day, dark to dark on Saturday. I hunted in the morning with him, came out, went back in the afternoon. So we'll kind of narrate as we go along and see what we can do. But same spot that Mackenzie killed her 10-pointer Thanksgiving morning. So turned out to be an awesome hunt again. And I got to say, my most memorable season ever between Kenzie's hunt and this hunt this weekend with Dave. Awesome. Doesn't get any better. Let's take you through the hunt. Okay, so up to this point, we had only seen 2 deer so far. Alright, so at this point, we had seen the spike and a small doe. We passed on them. We had a good afternoon of weather ahead of us and all day, but I started to have a coughing attack. I started running out of cough drops. So I decided it was time to get out before I ruined the rest of the morning hunt for Dave. Got out, making minimal noise, and it wasn't until the afternoon that I went back in. We'll take you from there. So we're heading back to go get Uncle Dave. We hunted this morning. He's been up the tree all day. I seen one spike on the yearling, and he just texted me. He's got one little yearling at about 60 yards. So we're gonna go back, jump back up in the tree with him. Hopefully we can get one on video tonight. So hopefully there's no deer when I get back, so I can get right up under the tree. Should be a good night. We got a front coming through, and this is one of the things I'm learning. On my way back, I get a text from Dave that he's got deer around him. When I pull up, shut the truck off, here's the text I get from him. That's a good sign. It's about 2:30. I'm finally back up the tree with Dave. He's got one small doe on the ground. We got the rest of the afternoon to hunt. Alright, so back up the tree with Dave from about 2:30 to just before 4. Everything was quiet. Conditions seemed perfect, but nothing. Right about 4 o'clock, woods start to come alive. Started seeing deer, had a small spike come in. We were getting ready to take him. And then we look behind him as he threw his head up, and here comes more deer coming in. They just all happen to be bucks. This is where the battery in my main camera ran out. With $5 around us, Dave had to hold off and I had to switch to my phone, use the camera on that.
There was another buck coming out. Oh my God. He's going down right behind there. Where was that him? I think he went behind that. Right there. That's him? I think. Nah. Yo, there was 4 bucks here. There was another buck coming out from the laurels. That's what I was trying to tell you. I said there's another buck, but was it a bigger one or not? I would have waited. I didn't want that one horn. That's freaking cool, bro. Yeah, and these kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I know. There's another buck. There's another buck. We're ready to shoot his little spike. I know. Thank God he looked up. That's why the way he was looking real hard, I was like, what the heck is he looking at? And then you're like, here comes a buck. There's another one bigger behind it. There's another one behind it. Like, and then there's 4 there. And there's another one coming out. Got another.
From the video, you can see we had good solid blood for about 200 yards. We tracked the deer to this dried up stream bed, found a buck laying there. He hadn't fully expired, so we decided to back out and go recover the doe.
Well, we had a spike come in. I've been sitting all day. Told Gene I was going to take the spike, and then I stood up ready to draw. Here comes another buck, a little bit bigger, but only had 1 horn. But I told him we're going to take that. Right behind that, there's another buck and another buck. And then it ended up taking the second one. There was a couple more that came in, but we just tracked it about 200 yards, tons of blood. He's still moving a little bit, so we're going to back out and go get the other deer. And then we'll come back and get him.
Yeah, you can find us where the party's at. This is how we roll. We hanging down, singing down everything on the radio. We light it up with our hands up. This is how we roll. This is how we do. We burning down the night, shooting bullets at the moon, baby. This is how we roll.
Now with the doe recovered, it's time to go get the buck.
Hunting, fishing, loving every day. That's the prayer that a country boy prays. Thank God he made me this way. Hunting and fishing and loving every day. Early in the morning, late in the evening, I'm getting red dirt rich and Flint River paid. Hunting, fishing and loving every day.